To all of you. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gauravaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare त्वं यं प्रवचन्तम् अनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आहुजाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेदुः तं सर्वभूतं हृदिं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि यस्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षतां तमोन्दम् संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्यासूनम् उपयामि गुरुमुनीनाम् मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम् Shila Prabhupada ki jai. So, a warm welcome to all of you for this wonderful session on devotional service. So, this is probably the sixth session. So, we had a lot of discussion regarding the practice of devotional service. Last week we discussed more about the bhava or the mood in reciprocating with the Lord. So Lord reciprocates. To recap a little, we discussed that Lord reciprocates only to our bhava. So Lord reciprocates only to our devotional attitude, not to our achievements which we have achieved through our intellect, to our talent, and all those things. So Krishna himself, he says in Bhagavad Gita in 4th chapter, "Ye etamam prabhajyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham." So, with respect to the devotees possessing their relationship, this is very much important. We have to understand here. With respect to the devotees possessing their relationship with the Lord, the different kinds of bhavas may, or different kinds of sentiments may come up. So to basically to classify or categorize a few of them, to main basically there are five, like Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa, and Vatsalya Rasa, and Madhurya Rasa. These are the five primary rasas. So very importantly, a devotee has to relate with the Lord, then he can relish the seva. Then he can enjoy the service of serving the person. Just like I love serving my children, I love serving my husband, I love serving my wife, I love serving my parents, I love serving my country. So relationship is what first we have to establish, so that we can respond to the person accordingly to his attitude. So that was an important discussion which we had last time. And to emphasize more on this, we have to understand Krishna has many forms. Krishna has Andantarastu Paramancharantastam. What is Ramadi Murti Shukala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavatara So Nanavatara. So Krishna has many forms, and all the forms of Krishna is attributed to the devotional attitude of a devotee. Very much important, because in each and every avatara, when Lord is appearing himself he appears, and Lord has his own form, Lord has his own leela, Lord has his own mood. Narsimha has different mood, Varaha has a different mood, Krishna, Rama has a different mood. So all those things changes corresponding to the attitude of a particular devotee. This is very much important, we have to understand. In other words, to make it more simplified, please understand, each devotee's Krishna is his own and no one else. So just like Mira's Krishna, or Rupa Goswami's Krishna, or Sanatana's Goswami's Krishna. That's why Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Damodar, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gopinath. So each devotee's Krishna is his own. He is his own and is no one else. We have to understand. So this is very much proved in Krishna's pastime itself during the Rasa Leela, in which when Krishna was dancing with the gopis, and every gopi felt that she was dancing with the Krishna alone and no one else. Or when Narada came to Dwaraka, when he went to so many the palaces, and he see the Krishna, so when he spoke to the queens of Dwaraka, they said, Krishna always remain in our house. Oh, ನಮ್ಮನೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇರ್ತಾನ್ರಿ ಪಕ್ಕದ ನಮ್ಮ ಇವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So he used to always, Narada used to say that, oh wow, Krishna is always here, is expanded. So each and every form of the Lord, yeah, it is dependent upon the devotional attitude of the devotee. We have to understand. So we individually, we ourselves has to develop that kind of attitude, that kind of relationship, that Krishna becomes yours. So you can, you can make your own Krishna. He is with you. So they say that what is that? You customize it. You customize Krishna. So my customized Krishna is he has this bhava, this mood, and your customized Krishna has this bhava, this mood. So we have to understand. Despite all those things, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that he emphasizes a lot of in many places that even though Krishna has unlimited, infinite forms, his identity remains always same. In Bhagavatam also is a Bahumurtya Ekamurtikam. So he is saying that I am in different forms and different places, but I am the same person. Krishna is saying. Prabhupada gives, Rupa Goswami gives Jiva Goswami gives a example of the Vaidurya Mani. Vaidurya Mani is like a diamond. Okay. Even though it appears different colors, it appears when you turn to different directions, isn't it? That's why it shines. So it has all those colors in it. Similarly, Lord Krishna has also had different forms and in his own vigraha. So in a case of a particular devotee, he manifests that particular form corresponding to that bhava. So we have to understand that in the case of a particular devotee, so he manifests to a particular form and corresponding to the bhava of the devotee. We have to understand this. So last week we also discussed that how we can completely conquer the Lord, subjugate the Lord. The only thing which can subjugate or conquer the Lord is by bhakti and bhakti devotional service. Bhakti vashaha purusha bhaktireva bhuyasi. So it's Krishna also saying Bhagavatam so many places what aham bhakta paradi no aswatantra hi dvijaha. As I was saying that Krishna, when in the case in ninth chapter, in the case of the Durasa Muni is speaking to Vishnu to get protected from Sudarshana. So Vishnu is saying that aham bhakta paradi no aswatantra dvija. Hey dvija, Brahmana, I'm completely subjugated. I'm completely conquered by the devotees and have no freedom at all. Lord himself is saying. And even in Padma Purana, he is saying that even during Kalyanosava, we do that. Mad bhakta vinodartam karomi vidha kriyaha. Mad bhaktanam vinodartam. For the pleasure of the devotees, that he creates all the pastimes. Vividaha kriyaha. So we have to always understand that Lord becomes customized to that person. Just like you can see that love of Yashoda. So even though such a great, wonderful, all-powerful, all-pervading Krishna, who has allowed himself to be tied by this mother Yashoda. So he's a customized Krishna Yashoda has. And because of love of Nanda Maharaj, we also have seen the BBT painting that he's carrying the shoes of Nanda Maharaj on the head of Krishna, on his own head. Krishna is holding this Nanda Maharaj Padukas. Just imagine. And if you see the love of his friends, or his companions, or the friends who are, when he was very young, he was playing in Vrindavan, and he was carrying them on his shoulders during the Pralambasura pastimes and all. Krishna is carrying his the devotees on his shoulders. Uh, So, and also if you see further, love of the wives of Brahmanas, where he himself is going and begging at the door of this Brahmanas' wives, Brahmanas' door. So Brahmanas' houses. So, and also when in even in Vrindavan's Rasa Leela, the Krishna is touching their feet of gopis and all those things. Jayadeva Goswami is the Govinda, it explains. So in that sense, bhakti is the one which can unite the Bhagavan to the Bhakta. So that's what Krishna many times says, Bhaktyamam vijanati yavanyas tattvataha. So Bhaktyamam, if you want to understand the Lord Krishna, we have to do only through a devotional service. And that's how we can enter into spiritual world. What is the tato mam tato gnatva vishate tad anantaram. Vishate tad anantaram means if at all if you want to go back to Godhead, spiritual world, we have to do devotional service. Uh, by doing devotional service only you can go back to God. Engage all our Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uttamam. So Krishna also many places he says Samoham Sarvabhuteshu Name Bhakta Sina Priyaha. So Nadveshosti na Priyaha. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. Krishna is saying that the whoever renders devotional service to Krishna and he is very devoted to him, is a real friend to him, and he doesn't has any enemies. So in this sense, we can understand that Krishna is so wonderful Lord which we have, and where he reciprocates to our bhava. Rama is not like that, or Vishnu is not like that, Shiva is not like that, or Ganesha Ganapati is not like that. But here, if you want to become friend, you can climb on Krishna. You want to become Vatsalya, Rasa, you want to tie, you can tie Krishna. You become want to Vatsal Rasa, Krishna will put the Nanda Maharaj's Paduka on his head. Can you imagine? So this is a wonderful greatness of Lord Sri Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And today we'll discuss some important aspect of how to develop the determination to do devotional service. So there's a wonderful commentary by Govindaraja Swami, who is a Sri Vaishnava. He is he explains wonderfully the whole of Ramayana, the beauty of Ramayana, because the most beautiful section of Ramayana is Sundarakanda, because it explains the heroic pastimes of Hanumanji, and when Lord Ramchandra and Mother Sita was lamenting because of due to separation, and this Hanumanji was the one who brought the hope to their lives by giving the information to both of them. You know? So that the wonderful journey of Hanuman, where he was taking the information from Ramachandra to Sita Devi, and back from Sita Devi to Ramachandra, was an amazing journey, which is explained in the Sundarakanda, which is like the hope for the hopeless people. So so basically, we are all hopeless now. We don't know what is happening. We don't have faith. We don't have dedication. We don't have devotion. And this Sundarakanda, this wonderful pastime, which explains that the beautiful aspect of the hope that how Hanumanji is trying to instill the hope in the hearts of even Vanaras also. So just like when during the search party, when Hanuman's party was searching everywhere and to try to find where Sita was, but couldn't find her, so everyone was disappointed and completely they reached the shores of ocean, and they finally decided to fast until end, because at the from Kishkinda, so probably from Hampi and things like the Hospete, Hampi, they came down Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. They all search. And one party, the Hanuman party, came down, and some other party went to the top. Some other party went to the top Himalayas and northwest and all those things. So Hanuman party came down to search Sita. So when finally they came at the dead end, that is the ocean. So then they finally decided we could not find Sita anywhere, so we'll fast until death. So then we all know the story that Jata's brother Sampati, who spotted them and told them that Sita Devi is in Lanka. Ravana has taken Sita Devi across the ocean, and all the monkeys become so hopeful. Oh, we were ready to, was so ecstatic, was so happy. But soon they were disappointed because they were overwhelmed with the grief. Because this all one of us was thinking, okay, anyway, we know that Mother Sita is there on the other side of the ocean. But seeing the expanse, seeing the vastness of the ocean, they were all afraid. They didn't know what to do. So no one felt confident that they could jump, from one yojana, because generally the monkeys jump from one tree to another, for only few meters. So there's the distance from this land to that land. It was said in Ramayana, it was 100 yojanas. 100 yojanas. So one yojana is almost 8 miles. So 8 miles, if you say in kilometers, it may be some 1,200 kilometers, approximately some 1,200 kilometers distance. So one monkey is saying that yes, I can jump 10 yojanas, and some other monkey is saying I can jump 20 yojanas. Some other monkey is saying I can jump 30 yojanas. And finally, all discussion has happening, and then Angada says I can jump 100 yojanas, but I haven't. I am doubtful that I'll be able to return back because I don't have, will not be having much strength to again jump back. So when all this discussion was going on, then we know that Jambavan, he came. He says that there's nothing to worry. We have Hanumanji, who's equal to Garudadev, and he's capable of executing any mission. And Jambavan then started glorifying Hanuman and reminded him of his all extraordinary strength and powers. And everyone started glorifying Hanuman and for crossing the ocean of the Lanka. And being thus, what happened? He was encouraged. So Hanuman expanded himself. So we all know that Hanuman expanded himself and he became very gigantic. He took a gigantic form. And this shows that the Hanuman is trying to encourage the despondent monkeys, and who are lost the hope. So he's saying, "Don't worry, I'm there," and he expanded himself and he jumped. So here we have to understand the same Hanuman when he jumped and went to the Sita and went to Lanka and met Sita, and he also encouraged the Sita Devi in different way. So Sita, when he she met Hanumanji, and she said that you crossed the ocean. Oh, wonderful! You have reached Lanka. So then Hanumanji is reassuring her that all the monkeys in Sugriva's army are equal and they're very superior than me. I'm very inferior. I'm very small. I'm very insignificant monkey, and they are much more powerful than me. And see like this. See, same Hanuman when he is giving hope to the monkeys, boasting himself that he can become very tall and can grow and he can become very powerful and become gigantic, and he is showing that boastful of his prowess. And after then meeting Sita Devi, he's downplaying his prowess. After crossing the ocean, he's saying to Sita Devi that I'm a very insignificant monkey, and there are much better monkeys in Sugriva's army, and they're ready to come and protect you and take you back to Ram. So here, Hanuman's the purpose was to encourage and reassure the despondent devotees of the Lord. So here we have to understand during this process, the whole process of Hanumanji jumping from India to Sri Lanka is considered very interesting, because even though there is a Hanuman was crossing the whole ocean, as I said, 1,200 kilometers, then there's 100 yojanas to cross the ocean. So while crossing that ocean, there are a lot of obstacles, lot of challenges where Hanumanji faced in his mission, is what we all have also have to get prepared for, to get to know about all those obstacles and challenges so that we can properly execute our devotional service. So in that Govindaraja Swami, he very beautifully explains in this. So then Hanumanji, he prays to his father Vayudev, and he's prays to Suryadev, his teacher, and Indra, and immediately he jumps. Jai Shri Ram, he jumps. So as he jumps, as he was, he flew into the sky, and he was traveling, and immediately after some distance, the ocean god, so ocean god, so he wanted to assist Hanumanji, and so he desired to give some place for Hanumanji to rest. So then ocean, the god, the Sumadra Devata, Samudra Raja, so he immediately he created a Mainaka Parvata. It's called as a Mainaka Parvata. It is a golden mountain. So the golden mountain started rising above the ocean, and he stood very tall. And this Samudra Devata, he requested Hanumanji, but please take some rest for a while, and you can continue your journey from here to Sri Lanka. So please, this is a resting place for you, like that. But when Hanumanji, when Surya Samudradev Raja had requested Hanumanji to take some rest here, accept some hospitality and things like that, but Hanumanji was did was he focused on his mission. So Hanumanji, he politely rejected Samudra Raja's request, his hospitality, and he respectfully touched the mountain, and he proceeded to his mission and proceeded further jumping and is traveling. So he did not stay there. So here, very important thing what we have to say, the Govindaraja Swami he says is the first challenge we come across in our bhakti is we get tempted to the comforts of our life. So during, just to give an example to explain more about this, when we all started coming to Krishna consciousness initially, our sadhana, our seva, our chanting, our association was so amazing, so wonderful. So similarly, so this Mainaka mountain, this mountain of gold, so it represents the complacency, and become very complacent in our sadhana over a period of time. So because we want comforts over a period of time. So generally what happens, we started respecting our sadhana, we started respecting our hearing and chanting and everything. So initially it all began with that kind of thing. We took a lot of shelter of holy name, chanting and reading, and with great determination, we all started proceeding. But as a number of years started passing by, we started become complacent. We can lose in our practice, we become complacent in our practice. So we have to understand, similarly, when we are as a sadhaka, we should not stop anywhere in our journey, just like Hanuman did not stop for the comfort of his life. Rather than he was very much interested in fulfilling his mission to give the message of Lord Ramachandra to Mother Sita. So we should be enthusiastic, very much true. When we are initially, when in the beginning, the way we were enthusiastic, in the same way we should be as enthusiastic till our last breath of life. So we should continue to take shelter of the holy name and read Prabhupada books in the same enthusiasm what we had before. So this is the biggest challenge of our life, that to keep that the same pace, to be enthusiastic, to go on with this. Because Prabhupada, many times he says that it should be like emphasized that devotional practice should be like a Swandrita, should be like a machine. So regular, it should be systematic and regulated. So very importantly, how to keep up this pace, how to keep up this enthusiasm alive all through a life is, one way is um, by regular, systematic, and regulated sadhana life. And second is by always associating with the devotees who are very enthusiastic, very robust, very passionate to to dance, to do kirtan, and to read books and ask questions and do devotional service. So we should associate with those kind of devotees. So two things. So very much important. We should be like this. How we can be like a machine, very precise in our operations. That's like machine is very precise in operations. Similarly, during our spiritual routine life, rising early in the morning, Mangalarti, attending classes, attending kirtan, Guru Puja, participating in temple activities, or your own house activities if you have. So regulated one. It should be stipulated, regulated. Not that and that today I'm not feeling well. I don't have this mood. Let me do it little later. So that is the one which you're trying to overcome. So we have to overcome those things. We should have consistency in our sadhana life, regardless of our personal moods or our obstacles in our lives and family problems, and economic problems, social problems, bodily problems. All those things you should keep aside. You should like a Swandita, just like the military people, they don't have any choice. They know every day they have to get up early in the morning. They have to take cold bath. They have been given certain the food Monday this one, Tuesday this one, Wednesday this one. Not that anything whatever they want they can eat, whatever they want they can freak out. No. So it's like a military life. It is very consistently they have been doing this. So the because initially when we started doing this bhakti or sadhana, everything is good, everything is fine in our life, then we may do good sadhana. But something which is which is doesn't happen as we have planned or as we have desired, something comes about in as an obstacle, generally sadhana goes down. Generally sadhana comes down. So, but Prabhupada says very much as a machine, everyone should work. And now we should attend the classes. No complacency. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. You can't get away from that. You should be like consistent in the sadhana. So that's what is called sadhana bhakti. So it's like Suvandrita. So intention is very much important while doing the devotional practice, so that regularly when we are doing this devotional service like a machine, then we feel uh, confident in ourselves, because this what regulated discipline life is what first we have to start with. And over time this mechanical process slowly it transforms into a loving heartfelt devotional service over a period of time. So it takes time. So but also an effort has to be done. Okay, it's not that okay mechanical simply do, and also you also should work upon ourselves to improve a bit and bit by bit by bit. Just like when you're seeing Guru Puja, you should chant Guru Puja without seeing, without you should know what's the next lyrics is, what is the next verse is, or the next the step is you should know what is the meaning of that verse when you're chanting that. And third thing is you should show that bhava or emotions or like that. So in this way, when you completely engross in yourself in the process, then you'll really relish the whole process. So it should be like this thing very much importantly, it should be consistent in our the performance. Discipline should be there. Prabhupada say disciple means discipline. So this we should never become complacent in our this thing. If we become very complacent, then our foundation of Krishna consciousness, in the foundation of our experience, bhakti's experience will not happen. So just like if you see this Parikshit Maharaj, so when he got to know that he's going to die in next 7 days, see, just like a machine, you just sat in front of Sukadeva Goswami and he forgot. The same person who was thirsty before and he garlanded the Shringi father, so Shamika Rishi, and he was angry because of his anger. But same person, after he gave up all his family, his property and everything, and he really took shelter of the holy name, took shelter of the pastimes of Krishna, and immediately he could be able to concentrate on that. So, but if something such situations comes in our life, just imagine and what will be our mental state. Right? So you will not be able to if you are get to know that you are going to die in something some days. Some doctor has said. Then immediately you tell your relatives, you tell your wife, your children, and things like that. Let me try that doctor. Let me try this doctor. Let me try Google. Let me try AI. Let me try find out some doctor is there. So try by typing this disease, who is the best doctor, who is the expert doctor, so that we can take his consultations. So try to save our life, try to increase our life. And this is how we want to counteract it. Just imagine. So, so when the problems come, then we are convinced that yes, I can solve this problem through my brain, through my intelligence, and this how we feel that. I'm chanting and hearing, when you're chanting and hearing, the process of chanting and hearing, even though it's parallelly is going, but we don't take shelter, or we don't have full dependency upon the holy name. So this what we generally think. Even when you're chanting, also we'll think, what is today's problem? How to solve this? How to solve that? But here, Parikshit Maharaj was sitting in front of Sukadeva Goswami, and in his mind, he was fully attentive. He was totally engrossed in the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he was not simply nodding his head, because there's a lot of questions Sukadeva Goswami, the Parikshit Maharaj is asking. As I said, see, one thing is very sure, that if you want to keep someone, because Sukadeva Goswami, as I said before, Sukadeva Goswami used to stay in one place till in a Grastha's place or any place till the milking of the cow. Probably is 5 or 10 minutes, and he used to take the milk and he used to move. He's a Parivrajaka. He is a mendicant, a traveling monk. And but if you just imagine, for 7 days, if Parishad Maharaj wants to keep him there, so how much he has to be asking questions over and over, over and over, and over, so that he keeps engaged. The whole conversation keeps going on for 7 days. So this is very much important, that Parishad Maharaj was not simply nodding his head and to encourage Sukadeva Goswami, but he was within his heart. He was always thinking about. He was not thinking about how the Takshaka will come, how I will save myself, and what is my mistake, what is going wrong in my mind. And there's nothing of that state he was in, but he was completely focused, that he had taken complete shelter of the holy name and Krishna's pastime. He want to hear more and more. So much of the hunger and thirst he had for Krishna's pastimes to know. So just imagine, this is one the greatness of the vibration of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, why at all Srila Prabhupada has to go to the West? Why he was so much convinced that the Western people should get this message, and they should be delivered by taking this message. What conviction, what Prabhupada had, then he went there and did that. So please imagine. So this is all depends upon the taste of a person over a period of time. So if you're not complacent, if you're a period of time keep doing the same thing, then even though the worst situations come in our life, so and we will not be bogged down by complacency in our life. So we have to keep we should do our sadhana with full enthusiasm, and whatever difficult situations come in our life, we have to understand, actually, when any difficult situations come in our life, actually it exposes our faith, it exposes our lack of faith in the process of hearing and chanting. Just imagine, and the whole such situations, when you keep coming, it is like a yardstick to, or a litmus test, to really look upon ourselves and see what kind of situations, in what kind of situation my faith is, how much strong I am, how much I'm one is dependent upon the Lord. Like Kanakadasa, Puranadasa, Annamaya Ramadasa, they were thrown, they were thrown out of the places, they were thrown stones, but still they never give up. Our Pandavas and the Srila Prabhupada and so many past times. So we have to understand that uh, it's not that when all the problems are solved, many people are saying the prophecy, I'm really disturbed and can't concentrate in chanting and concentrating. No, no, no. And this will never solve. It's like a waves in the ocean. The problems are in waves in the ocean. We can't count them, and also we can't stop them. And it's unlimited. So similarly, the problems in our lives are unlimited. It is keep coming, and we have to face such difficult situations in our life. And when such situations, you have to take more shelter of the Lord, whether it's for family problems or financial problems or so many problems, what it may be, we should take shelter of the holy name to the process. So here, Hanumanji is facing that is golden mountain, and he goes ahead without stopping it. And this shows that we should overcome the complacency in our sadhana and keep on with our enthusiasm this way. And so when Hanumanji was continued his journey further, so from Mainaka Parvata, so the next obstacle, or next the challenges which he faced was Shurasa. Shurasa was basically was a Naga Kanya, Naga Devata. So this all the devatas, they want to test the determination of Hanumanji. So whether Hanumanji will be successful or not, or things like that. So devatas, so they requested the Naga Devata to test Hanumanji. So Surasa, her name is Shurasa. So Shurasa then she emerged out of the ocean, and she looked like a fierce Rakshasi. She started blocking the Hanuman's path. And immediately Hanuman said, "Who are you?" Then she said, "I'm Shurasa, and I have got a benediction from Lord Brahma that I can eat anything which comes in front of me." So then Hanumanji explained, "See, I'm going for a purpose to give this message to Lord to Sita Devi, and I'm going to Lanka." And she explained everything, but still she never heard. She never was compassionate, or she never wanted to give up. So she said that nothing doing. So the rule is you have to enter my mouth, and after entering my mouth only you can go further. So she opened her mouth so big, so almost was like a 10 yojanas, so wide and so huge, so blocking the Hanumanji's path. So then Hanumanji also started expanding himself. He became 20 yojanas, and she started expanding her mouth and her face and mouth. She expanded to 30 yojanas. Hanumanji, he also expanded himself to 40 yojanas, and she became 50 yojanas. And Hanumanji finally became 100 yojanas, 60, 70. Finally, Hanuman ji he grew to 100 yojanas, and she also immediately she also started growing, and with the same size. And immediately Hanuman ji understood this can't be stopped. And immediately what he did, immediately he reduced his size to the thumb size. He decreased to a thumb size and entered her mouth, and immediately came out of her mouth, and saying that, "See, you wanted to enter your mouth and come outside, to enter your mouth. I've entered your mouth, and I fulfilled your benediction, fulfilled our desires. And so now please help me continue my journey. So let me go further." So Shurasa, she was very much impressed, and she was very much pleased. And she again she assumed her normal position, normal size, and she said that actually Devatas has sent her to test you, to test Hanumanji, and now she's very much pleased, and she blesses Hanumanji, and she disappears. And so here, very much important, what you have to understand is, so there's a second challenge. What is second challenge? The second obstacle in your devotional service is when we are doing service, we get into a competitive mode. So in a service of a competition. So just like when we are doing the group, then we want to show to the world that I'm also better than someone. And this way, there's a competition spirit, just it spoils the mood of devotional service. So here, Hanumanji was expanding to 10 yojana, she also become 20, and she and Hanuman become 30, and she become 40. And this way, there's a spirit of competition. So it creates a negative feeling, and that is not proper. We have to understand. So this is because of the false pride. When there is a mood of competition, the main purpose, the main root cause of our competitive spirit is because of our false pride. And therefore we have to understand the first principle in our good relationship is to always dissolve this false pride. If you don't dissolve this false pride, we can't have a good relationship with our fellow devotees. So this false pride has to be dissolved. So how to dissolve this false pride? The best way of false pride, just like Hanuman became very small, so we should become very humble and subservient, submissive. Then false pride can be dissolved, and this how we can properly chant and properly hear the holy name. So this is a so first challenge of Hanumanji was what? It should not be complacent in sadhana. Keep doing sadhana without any fail, consistency in our sadhana. And when you're doing that, if this can be properly tackled, it can be properly done. Then the second is to dissolve. Second challenges, second which we have to tackle is this false pride, because this competitive spirit is not good. It's not favorable for devotional service. Here Mode of humility is very much important. Just like I said, Hanumanji, became very, he decreased his, decreased to a thumb size. Similarly, the mood of the humility is very much important. So because I need the devotees, I have to do devotional service amidst devotees. So rather than having competition and things like that, I should completely cooperate with them. And this will always, because in, yes, true, in a devotional service when you are doing, there will always be different options. There's a different difference of opinions, and always they are there. So that we can't avoid. That we can't avoid. So the biggest problem in our association is to be very sincere and commit oneself to help in preaching mission of Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. But difference of opinion always rises when you want, because you also want to praise Krishna, I also want to please Krishna. You also sincerely do devotional service, I also do sincerely do devotional service. So, but we also have to appreciate the differences of opinions. This is also very much important. So one, because one person have a particular path and some other person has some other path, he says that is a final. So therefore, we have to have should not be making offenses or saying my process is only true, or when you achieve that and you say, see, I told you, no, my process will also, see, now you experience. So that things would we will enjoy in our mind, in our subtle senses. So you have to understand Krishna is unlimited, and Krishna's service is unlimited, and the way of serving Krishna is also unlimited. So better than trying to show you are also something better, something great, and also have some problem. Also you are great. Better like that. Simply just like Hanumanji, satisfied Surasa by becoming very small. Similarly, even if such can, even a hard-hearted person also can melt or become mild or become very soft when you show some humility in front of him. So generally when such situations happens in our surroundings or things like that, we don't have to respond to every challenges or every provocations which we get. Generally it happens and you want to prove that you're right, you are true, you're right, like things like that. So such provocations may come up. So a lot of challenges would come up. So you need not try to respond to every challenge or every provocation. So you don't have to show your power in front of everything. And this is not, like a company, an outside material world that you want to show, and so that you can get, appreciations from people. No, this is not the thing. So very much important that that we have to keep in our mind is, first one is sadhana and second is seva. So in during our seva, we should keep in mind that there should be no competitive spirit, that to show to the world that you are also great, you are also better. So that is the thing. And I would take probably 10 more minutes of all of yours, because it'll one two few more things I have to discuss. So the third, then as Hanumanji was continued his journey in the sky, as he was traveling, as he was flying, so he suddenly, what happens? He felt that his movement was arrested, and he felt that someone is trying to pull him down and trying to drag him down. And first he thought, am I losing my energy? Am I losing my strength? So then immediately when he started noticing it, that the huge, ghastly a creature, a Rakshasi. So she started emerging from the sea, and her name was Simhika. So then she what she was doing was, she was trying to catch Hanumanji's what do you call, shadow, Hanumanji's shadow, and she was pulling Hanumanji. So here Simhika represents the envy, because she was, what she was doing, she was trying to catch hold of Hanumanji and trying to pull him down, drag him down. So what is the nature of envy? We all have envy. Nature of envy is to catch someone's black spot, someone's dark spot, someone's defects. Someone who having some defects, some 10 years back defects, that will drag them down now also. So that will not forget. So when you start practicing Krishna consciousness, as years pass in your life, so false ego wants to prove. The previous was the false pride, and here this false ego wants to prove that we are also better in this world. Why them? We also. So the false ego tries to dictates to us. Then we are also better and trying to find the reality may be different. And even though your peers, your devotees, friends, they may get a lot of appreciations, lot of accolades and glories because they're doing a lot of nice devotional service, or they're growing in their life, they're becoming very rich, they become very influential, things like that. So, but we what we do, and some when see the progress of our people, known people, and we start finding the faults in them. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says, no, that one story that in Upadeshopakyana he says that one boy was there in the village, and then he grew up, and he became graduated, and he got good position as a judge in a court. And this all the villagers people were saying that, oh, I know this judge. The old people were saying, he was wearing this chaddi, langota, and he was roaming everywhere. He was a judge. But see, again, trying to people say, I know this person very well, and he was walking in Langota, Prabhupada says. So, trying to find faults and trying to criticize and indulging in all kinds of ways so that we can pull the people down is what our nature is. So, we have to understand envy is because of our false pride. And the best way of getting, so we have to understand when we appreciate others, decreases our false pride. When we appreciate ourselves, then it only increases our false pride. So please keep in mind, simply spending number of years will not guarantee you in your spiritual advancement. I will not become pure simply by spending number of years. So progress of bhakti is it is you have to work hard upon yourself. You have to improve in your sadhana. So competitive spirit is created only because of false pride. So previous this the competitive spirit we have is only because of the false pride. So when the false pride is dissolved, and how can we dissolve it? By properly chanting, properly hearing, and by this we can have proper attitude. And that is the third stage that we all have to deal is our relationship with our devotees, our fellow devotees. So first is sadhana, was seva, and then is sangha. So this is very much important. In this sangha, very biggest challenge is there is that we don't appreciate our own people because we envy every person. So rather than see, it's a genuine appreciation is what Srila Prabhupada is telling here. So that we have to develop a relationship. We are, with our devotees. Generally, we become envious of others because it's of the false pride, and envy creates a lot of difficulties in having a relationship strengthened. And the important principle here is we have to start genuinely appreciate the devotees. So just like Hanumanji, what he did with the Simika, he entered inside the Simika's mouth, and he broke open, he crushed her heart and killed her and crushed her heart and destroyed her. And so he similarly, just like Hanuman completely destroyed this Rakshasi Simhika, similarly, we also should not have any place for envy in our relationship with others. So we have to tackle it by not doubting it. We have to tackle it by destroying it. So how can we tackle our this one, the envy? The best way of tackling an envy is by appreciation. So instead of being envious of someone, we should always appreciate our devotees' efforts in whatever. So appreciation also not in front of, oh, Prabhuji, you did very nicely. No, no. Oh, you have appreciation from your heart. You don't have to open, express and tell. Okay, you express and tell not in front of the person, behind the person, with someone else you have to appreciate that person. And when the devotees, when you're doing this, that's how the one can advance in a relationship because it's genuine one. And we have to understand that that person has, and if still, if you feel some envious and agitated and anger that you are not able to cope up or to meet up to his level, we have to understand that That person has been sent by Krishna to protect my sadhana, to make me humble. So we have to understand this practice and progress of Krishna consciousness is not simply something, but it's a mystical process. It is dynamic process. Initially, it looks very simple, but when you carefully and honestly, when you start dealing with it, then all these things will come up. So please understand, practicing of Krishna consciousness is not showing to the people that you're also something great and you also want to achieve something great. But it is a practice of Krishna consciousness is what you experience in our heart, what you experience, what is in your consciousness. So for we should have our sincere, the honest dealing with our devotees, and this how we can really appreciate we can have a good relationship with the devotees. For a relationship with the God is different. Have relationship with first devotees is very important. Just like I will give you an example. If I want to sing because I get appreciation. I want to speak because I get appreciation. I want to dress the deities because I appreciation. I want to cook because I get appreciation. I want to do book distribution because I want appreciation. So a lot of my attention and energy or focus goes in such Krishna conscious activities when which is visibly perceived by or appreciated by or acknowledged by people. Oh, nicely cooked. Oh, Prabhu, you nicely cooked. Very nice. Oh, nah, okay. Nicely dressing, Prabhu. DT is nicely dressing. Oh, nicely you spoke, class, Prabhu, like this. Oh, nicely you did do a book distribution, Prabhu, like this. So what happens? So we all been trying to do some such kind of services so that visibly which is perceivable by people, so that we can get acknowledgement, so we can and appreciation from others. But sadhana is not like that. Sadhana is an activity which is impossible to be perceived by anyone. You yourself don't know. When I'm chanting, how you are chanting, only people, only you, the Lord knows. You also don't know how you're sitting in the class and you're hearing like this. Now you're using how many of you are front of this camera, I don't know. So only Lord knows. So when you're reading Prabhupada books only, you may keep Prabhupada books in front of you, but only Lord knows how you understood or not. That is not perceived by others. So please to understand, since our nature, our attitude is to get recognition, certainly we put more emphasis, more importance, or more focus, or more energy on those activities which is visibly seen or appreciated by others. But we fail to see, we have failed to put our attention, we fail to put our energy, we fail to put our focus or concentration in activities which is something perceived only by Krishna. So just imagine. So at certain level, all of our devotional activities are the undercurrent of appreciation at a certain level. So we see, that's why we see someone as a threat in our life. Because we fail to, and that's why we never come closer to the devotees or relationship with them. That's why we can't be openly free with our devotees, becoming close with them. So only when you become very honest and a sincere bhakti when you do, we should have honest desire to satisfy only Krishna and nothing else and no one else. And you should not have any desire for honor. Nadanam, najanam, na sundarim. Or Dronadapi Sunechana, Taropi Soshna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. That is our the Gaudiya of Siddhanta. So please understand, we should genuinely and we should appreciate other devotees. So if you're not doing that, you have to introspect within ourselves and actually analyze yourself and what is going wrong in me and why I'm not able to do this. And this how we can find ourselves and not being envious of devotees so that we can be appreciative of other devotees. And this whole concept of becoming submissive, tadvidi pradipatena professional seva, and becoming free of false pride is all if you have a very good relationships. Because it's what Krishna is saying that. If you want to really work upon ourselves so that if you want to be free from all the false pride, if you want to be submissive, And you have to please Krishna, not to please someone else. So practice of the Krishna consciousness requires a lot of commitment, please understand, and it requires a lot of bravery, and we have to face the realities of our life. Huh? So that's what it requires a lot of bravery. Like that's what the whole Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna, who was very brave, was great, bravest warrior, greatest warrior. So we should not be envious, and we should be very much appreciative of this thing. And finally, I'll take 2 more minutes, sorry. And finally, Hanumanji reaches Lanka. After killing Simhika, he reaches Lanka. After reaching Lanka, he feels in the whole of the Ramayana, it says that he never felt tired after reaching Lanka. Even though he has to go through so many things that he has to kill the Simika, he has to expand himself because the Surasa want to test him. And after traveling even 100 yojanas, Hanumanji was successful in his accomplishment, in his mission. He accomplished his mission. So sadhaka, so the most important, devotional service, just like in Janmashtami, you're doing service morning to evening, and many of you will not be eaten or drunk anything, but still you'll be having energy. If you're fully engaged, if you started thinking about the body and mind and this thing and all, then again, oh, Prabhuji, you're retired. But you're very much enthusiastic and you yourself don't know how the time passed, how the hours passed. So sadhaka will not be exhausted by any of the struggles which we undergo in our lives. So when Hanumanji, when he reaches the Lanka, then he faces this Lankini. There was one Rakshasi called as Lankini, and she stops Hanumanji, and she says that you can't go further. Then Hanumanji says, "Why are you stopping me?" Then she says, "This is Ravana's kingdom, and Ravana is a Raja here. Ravana has told me not to. He has instructed me not to allow anyone. You can't enter like that." And Hanumanji was really. Hanumanji said, "Rama is Rama. Rama is the whole world belongs to Rama. Rama is the king of the whole world, whole universe. And who are you to say that?" And he immediately he gave a punch. He punched his her face. And immediately, and after punching, and she flew so far and fell far away. And after that, she came back running and she started apologizing, asking forgiveness for Hanumanji, saying sorry. And she revealed herself that Brahmaji once told me that one day when a monkey comes and slaps you, that day Ravana's fall down will begin. So then she says, "Oh, this is what I had heard from Brahmaji, and now you are the person who slapped me, and Ravana's downfall has begun now. Please go ahead." So here Lankini represents our false ego. Previous was a false pride, and here's a false ego. So whenever actually false ego is very much intimate friend of this mind. Actually, both works together to keep the soul captive. So whenever a preacher, when you go to book distribution, all those things, when you take the message of Krishna, when you want to deliver to the soul, the first obstacle what you face is what? The first obstacle the false ego says, and will not allow the message to enter his heart. Then they did, we don't have time, we don't can't read, we have so many things. They don't want to listen, they're not willing to hear. They're not eager to hear. So very much important when we also progress in our in our life, Krishna consciousness after a few years and things like that. This ego acts as a thick wall, and it doesn't allow the pure message of Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, to enter our hearts. Like how many times we really concentrate upon "you are not the body or spirit soul" when Prabhupada is saying in every page. So progress in bhakti, please understand, at every stage, this false ego creates an impediment to stop the message of Krishna to entering our hearts. Initially, we might have allowed all those things. But as when you progress, when you go to the different levels, when you say the levels of surrender, levels of to be submissive, levels of to be humble, when you want the various aspects of philosophy, and when it comes into the picture, then when we have to dedicate total commitment, you have to do dedication, sincerity, all those things when it comes, and that the false ego will create an impediment. So we have to continuously introspect ourselves and very much eager to receive the same message and in the same the passion which we are in our initial days, how much we are eager and very eager to know about things. In the same way, we are to take up Krishna consciousness, and this way we can come out from all these obstacles of the complacency and all the obstacles of this the false pride and false ego, and this how in our relationship we can be very strong, and there'll be no lacking in our attempt to please Krishna, Guru and Krishna. So thank you all so much. Anyone has any questions? I can take one of them, else we can end the session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Prabhu, how to control anger?
You're very happy. You seem to be very happy asking this question.
That is one of my biggest problems, Prabhu. I seem to be happy sometimes, but I have internal anger.
See, controlling anger has many faces, many aspects to it. It is not as one pill solution. So the way you deal, where you have, where to whom with you associate, and the what you eat, all things matters, and the environment you are in, all things matters. So the best way of tackling our anger is, I would say, is to have a sattvic life. So we should have a regulated life and sattvic life. You should get up early in the morning every day. It's 4 a.m. Yes, 4 a.m. every day without fail. And your food is regulated to sattvic food. Now today, let me this very cold, raining. Let me eat some spice and let me eat some hot things and this thing. So you should not have anything of those things to eat spicy food or sugary sweet food, things like that should control your eating. And your sleeping also should be regulated. Okay, today is Sunday, today no service or no one calls me today, let me sleep for. No, it should all be regulated. That's why in our ashram life we all stay together. So the neighboring devotees will always wake us up, and we always keep making sounds and things like that. You'll not be able to really sleep like that. And our eating habits also in our ashram, and it is very minimum, and we can't choose what we want to eat. And our environment is also something great. Why I'm giving example is, we the devotees in our ashram coming with different backgrounds, different upbringings, different academics, different all those things, the everything. But still, we all have never seen devotees fighting in ashram, becoming angry at anyone, shouting at anyone. See, if any two people have to say, the Tarabala, Chandrabala, Gurubala has to be there. That's why we see marriage. No, marriage compatibility means what? Both husband and wife has to live peacefully, happily, and without fighting. Cooperatively, they have to live. Here, different who's nakshatra, who's rashi, who's tithi, who knows. All of different genres, all of different pedigrees. We all there together very peacefully. I have not seen my 25 years of my life here in ashram. I have not seen someone fighting and punching or shouting at someone here in ashram. So this itself shows that they have controlled their anger. So anger can't be completely removed. Anger has to be dovetailed in service of Guru and Krishna, just like Hanumanji showed his anger by burning the Lanka. So we should have anger against the Haridveshis, Vishnu Dveshis. We should always have show that anger. The anger, you can't completely get away from that. But and you should be angry about yourself that you are not able to pace up or keep your promises or keep your the vows. Yourself, you should be angry about yourself. So please understand. So we should just see your ashram life and just keep to learn the environment you live, and the things you see, whether it's mobile or VTV or anything, or the information you get to put in your mind, like crime news, that news, and this like that, or the association which you have with your people around you, and the food or your recreational activities, all should be regulated and should be Bhagavatam way. When we do in the Bhagavatam way, then automatically all those things will be completely controlled and really this thing. So you should be more serious and more sincere and more studious in working upon yourself. And just like as I give an example, ashram life. So how they give ashram devotees just come. They're not that everything they prepare and then come. They become paramamsas and come. No, no, nothing. After their college or after their 1 year of working outside, they immediately come here. And they have money and they have bank account. They have people and can do anything, achieve anything in their world. Some people have given up their the foreign trips or the foreign things. The company is sending them to some other country and they've given up everything. So why they have to give up all these things and come here? So please understand that this is wonderful. And thank you all so much for your patientful hearing. And hope you all join again on next supposed to next Monday. That is on the 1st of September. And wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I
Thank
would
you very
like
much,
to
Prabhu.
hear Hare Krishna or Hare Krishna from all of you so that I feel little confident that what
Hare
I
Krishna,
spoke
Prabhu.
Hare
makes some
Krishna, Prabhu.
sense.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you all so much.
Hare
Srila Prabhupada
Hare
ki
Krishna,
jai.
Prabhu.
Jai.
Hare
Meet
Hare